They gave us the worst job, Tommy.
Yeah.
And we fucking volunteered.
Michael Corleone and Thomas Shelby come from two different worlds, but the forces that shape them are almost identical. Both men come from cultures treated as outsiders. Both men try to escape the stigma of their birth. And both men volunteer for their country's wars to prove that they belong. But the same world that they're trying to serve becomes the world that betrays them. This is the story of how patriotism becomes disillusionment, and how two men become legends, the Godfather and the Devil of Birmingham. We start off with Michael Corleone. Michael Corleone is the son of Italian immigrants at a time when Italians weren't seen as fully American. They were viewed as racially inferior, uneducated, and Catholic outsiders. Their culture, language, food, and even their skin tone were mocked, and they were denied jobs simply for being Italian. Thomas Shelby faces a similar shadow. He comes from a Romani Gypsy background, a group Britain rejected for centuries, called Pikes and Gippos, treated as criminals, outsiders, and never fully British. Both Michael and Tommy grow up knowing the same truth. Society does not see them as equal. Both are desperate to break free from their low-class identity. Both want to be accepted, respected, and seen as legitimate men of America and Britain. And both make the same decision, to prove their loyalty by volunteering for war. For Michael, it's World War II. For Tommy, it's World War I. In their minds, service is the path to legitimacy. War is the path to becoming a real American, or in Tommy's case, a real British citizen. But war does not cleanse them. Rather, it corrupts the world they thought they believed in. Michael Corleone, at the very beginning of the film, believes in the American dream. He believes in law, in morality, and in justice, in the idea that America is pure, rational, and fair. He wants to join that world. He wants to marry Kay. He wants to live cleanly, away from the shadows of his Sicilian mafia heritage.
You a Jap lover, something on his side?
I understand 30,000 men enlisted this morning.
Bunch of saps.
No, they saps.
Honey, come on, we don't have to talk about the war.
Hey, Beep, you talk to Carl, all right? They're saps because they risk their lives for strangers.
Oh, that's Pop talking.
You're goddamn right, that's Pop talking.
They risk their lives for their country.
Your country ain't your blood, you remember that.
I don't feel that way.
I don't feel that way. Well, if you don't feel like that, why don't you just quit college and go to join the army?
I did. I enlisted in the Marines.
Mikey, why didn't you come to us?
What do you mean?
I mean, Pop had to pull a lot of strings to get your deferment.
I didn't ask for it. I didn't ask for deferment. I didn't want it.
What's wrong? Hey, come on, knock it off. Come on.
Come on, Sonny.
Punk. Sonny, sit. No, you go on, sit down.
Mommy, Daddy's fighting again.
But that illusion dies the night his father is shot. When Michael discovers that Captain McCluskey, a high-ranking police officer, took a bribe, protected a drug dealer, and helped plan the assassination of Vito Corleone, everything he believed about America collapses. This isn't a street cop taking a bribe. This is the American system revealing its true nature, a system that is not moral, not pure, and not honest as it claims to be. A system that is as corrupt and violent as the mafia. And in that moment, Michael realizes three things. Being a law-abiding citizen cannot protect him. The state will not save his family, and the American dream was just propaganda. So he turns inward, towards his root, his blood, and his family. Not out of ambition, but rather out of necessity, for the preservation of his family. Patriotism is dead, and family loyalty is all that remains. And this is the moment Michael becomes the man destined to be the Godfather. We see the same journey with Thomas Shelby. Thomas Shelby enters the First World War as a patriot. He believes in Britain, in honour and in unity. He wants to return home as a hero, finally accepted by the country that looks down on gypsies. But the moment he arrives in France, he sees the truth. Class decides everything. Tommy and his brothers are working class men, and so are given the worst job in the entire war, tunneling, underground, in darkness, barely any oxygen, digging towards enemy lines, expecting to die with every shovel of earth. Tommy's nightmares come from real history. Tunnelers fought German miners in tight, suffocating tunnels, in darkness so thick they could barely lift a weapon. Meanwhile, the aristocrats serve as cavalry. Yes, they may face danger, but not on the same level as this. They have better food, better beds, better uniforms. They dine while Tommy sleeps with rats in the trenches. They play cards while his men suffocate underground.
I have bad news, Mr.
Shelby.
We agreed 50,000 on completion of business. My wife and I have had a misfortune on the London Exchange. There's 20 there. You'll have to wait for the rest.
Cavalry, eh? Huh. Yeah. Spent a long time waiting for the cavalry, mate. One time, me and my comrades waited 3 days. The cavalry finally came, an officer on the back of a fine white horse. Joked that he'd been delayed, playing a game of whist. So, I took out my Webley revolver and I shot him in the head, stole his horse, reported him for cowardice. All for a game of chance. After my people completed their task in Chinatown, they collected all the photographs, letters and checks that were causing you concern. I now have them in a safe place. On Monday, you will give me the full £50,000 in cash. Or I will steal your white horse from under you.
How the fuck did a man like you get into a position of trust in a place of power and privilege?
Man like me. Man like me. Well, look at me. I've seen the photographs. Monday.
In those moments, Tommy realizes Britain never really cared about him, and unity was a lie, and his life was expendable. When the war ends, the patriot never returns, only the trauma does. Like Michael, Tommy's faith in the nation collapses. Like Michael, he turns inward, to family, to survival, and to power. He will never again be a servant of Britain. He will never again believe in honour. From now on, he belongs only to the Shelbys, to his own personal ambitions. Michael Corleone and Thomas Shelby start as patriots, as men who want to escape the shame of their background and rise into the world that rejects them. But both men discover the same truth. The system they believed in was never built for people like them, and so they abandon the illusions of their nations and become legends in their own shadows. Michael becomes the Godfather, and Tommy becomes the King of Birmingham. Not because they wanted power, but because the world left them no other choice. You could say the world gave them an offer that they couldn't refuse.